fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Back to Save Sports Radio.
Hey, Todd Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage, my mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations, over 300 five-star reviews.
Yeah, Todd, we pride ourselves on delivering a five-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Why do people love Shamrock Liquor Warehouse? Simple. They've got it all. 70 years in business, 15,000 square feet of choices. They buy in volume so you can save. What else? How about the largest selection of everything? Shamrock's got it. Special orders? Shamrock's got it. Convenient drive-through, open 6 days a week? Shamrock's got it. Need a keg for your party? Shamrock's got it. Load up at Shamrock Liquor Warehouse at the corner of Midland and Riverfront Drive in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. It's not going to be as cool. Our high this afternoon in the upper 50s to near 60 with south winds anywhere from 15 to 25 miles per hour. An increase in the cloud cover tonight. The overnight low will drop down upper 30s to near 40. Cloudy skies, a slight chance of seeing some showers on Friday, a high low 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics. Favorite Hog memory growing up, Cecil?
When we beat OU in the Orange Bowl in 1978, I was living in Allen Grove Projects, and it was a shutout at halftime, and I ran out of the house. I ran from one end of the projects to the other end screaming, "Go Hogs." I'll never forget that. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
Arkansas, yes. And it's really because their brutal road schedule. You look at it, they have at Ole Miss, at Memphis, that's a tough one, at Tennessee, at LSU, and at Texas. And then when we get our glorious home games, who do we have? We get to host Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, and Missouri. Brutal schedule overall from top to bottom.
I feel like Arkansas is always up for that award for some odd reason.
This is The Morning Rush.
So a couple things as we get going this morning. You heard former Alabama defensive back and all-pro safety Roman Harper talking about Arkansas' schedule, along with Benjamin Watson at the tail end, former Georgia tight end, yesterday. The schedule was released. I didn't watch it live. I went back and watched it. Knew where Arkansas was going to be playing, just to know when the dates were. But we got that yesterday. You're hearing the theme for Landman coming in. It's a new show that Taylor shared, and I swear he's put 10 shows together in the last couple of years, but it's a new show. It's got Billy Bob Thornton. It's got John Hamm. It's got Ali Larder, and it's fantastic. I just started watching it this week. I watched a little more last night. That's pretty much what I did on my birthday. Did a little laundry, went and saw Nick and Carrie at Herman's, Tommy, and ate with a couple buddies of mine, and that's it.
You went to Herman's last night?
I for lunch. Oh. For lunch. Got the steak Philly to go to. Nick was like, "It's your 30th, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah." So that was kind of cool to talk with him a little bit. He was pumped about Arkansas basketball. It's as nerve-wracking a game as it was on Tuesday night, but they pulled it out a little bit. So I'm here. I'm 1 year older, and I'm not any wiser.
Happy birthday.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Golf balls. Thank you.
Your kind of brand. Lost golf balls.
Look at, hold on. As we open this, thank you. You didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it. So did you look at these golf balls? There's people's faces on them.
Yeah. You weren't worthy of brand new golf balls. So you got refurbished.
I love your.
I got you more for the money.
I love your.
You need
used
more.
balls, Tommy.
You need a volume.
I love your used balls. Okay, all right.
You need high volume of golf balls, not quality.
I want to know, for those that are watching our video live stream this morning, and really thank you. You really didn't have to give me anything considering my performance this year, but thank you. No, I didn't say that.
I'll use them myself.
Matt Jones will take them.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. If you're watching the video stream right now, I want to know the origin of this guy who's wearing what looks to be what's the Caddyshack hat? What's the country club they're a part of? Bushwood. He's got a Bushwood hat on. So I want to know the origin of that guy.
Well, that's not a Bushwood hat.
It looks like it.
Well, someone's face. You can get a golf ball. I could get a golf ball with your face on it, and would probably give me another 15 yards just in adrenaline.
Get going. Pat Smith's going to join us about 5 minutes this morning. We're going to talk a little transfer portal, SEC schedule release. I want to also talk to him what Monday was like. Alabama got left out of the college football playoff. Auburn's not going to a bowl game. What was Alabama sports talk radio like this week? So we'll catch up with him, and then Tom Murphy's going to join us at 10 o'clock as well.
Have you said the word Belichick yet?
I've not mentioned
Bill Belichick either. We got to get
Chapel
to that.
Bill.
Chapel Bill.
Chapel Bill.
Yeah. Hey, we're brought to you by Sassy's this morning. 2 locations in Fayetteville, the original Red House on North College. We'll also get by and see you at Sassy's Barbecue and Grill just off the Weddington exit on Steamboat Drive. Great place for holiday gatherings, birthday luncheons like Ty's yesterday. You can always get by Sassy's for a great meal at Sassy's locations in Fayetteville. 2, the one on North College, the original Red House, great for holiday gatherings. Also Sassy's Barbecue and Grill. Yes, sir.
I got a text from Alan Brummett yesterday.
Yeah.
So wishing me a happy birthday. Alan was at the Justin Timberlake concert. I don't think we played
JT.
Yeah.
Not the original.
Timberlake
JT.
was in North Little Rock on Tuesday night. Alan texted me because we were just talking basketball, talking a couple other things, and he said while he was at the concert, and I don't know if he's with his daughter, if he's a big JT fan, but he was watching the game on his phone while he was at the concert, which I got a kick
was,
out of.
or who was?
No, Alan was.
Okay.
Alan was. Well,
I'll tell you this: I was at the game at Madison Square Garden. I was not watching the Timberlake show on my phone.
All right, smart to do so.
Yeah.
All right, before we get to Pat, let's get into our opening drive.
How challenging is it emotionally or mentally to get a team ready when at Duke on Sunday, this big marquee event, we got Kentucky on Saturday, another marquee kind of game. UTEP Fluff right here in the middle.
We get a bunch of free sneakers. I wear sweatsuits to work. My kids are healthy. My wife's hot. I got a pretty good life. We get to play college basketball. We get to play in the Yum Center. We get to get ready for Utah. My dad used to say it all the time. I would say to him, Dad, you got to go to work today. He said, son, I get to go to work today.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
So if you missed it, that was Louisville head basketball coach Pat Kelsey. He gets asked, it's like, you got these marquee games between Duke and Kentucky, and then you've got this UTEP game in between. He, as you heard, responded, well, I get free sneakers. I get to coach basketball. My wife's hot. I just thought that was a funny thing. We've had some serious conversations this week, and I know people are disappointed in the transfer portal thus far. You lost 2 more starters yesterday, Brad Spence, Addison Nichols, and you should be. There's no way around this. There's no way to discuss this in any way, shape, or form. Like the idea, like you went 6-6, right? There was improvement last year, so you're hoping you get these guys back so you can continue to improve. Instead, you're in the reset button, and you're having to start over with new players. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be worse next year, but when you look at the schedule that Arkansas has, it's going to be tough. But back to Kelsey again. Don't have to wear suits to, or he wears suits to work. He gets free sneakers. His kids are healthy and his wife's hot. Is that a statement for the agents right there?
It sounds like a Harbaugh type statement, doesn't it? Sounds like something a Harbaugh would say.
Speaking of old coaches, I got a kick out of Dusty May talking with Jay Billis on the 94 Feet segment that they do. Dr. Pepper and chocolate milk is what Bob Knight used to drink. The late Bob Knight. Mm-hmm. He has passed away, right? He's no okay.
About a year ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But that kind of sounds good. Dr. Pepper and chocolate milk. I don't know why.
Nothing about that sounds good.
No? Neither of y'all are in on that?
I like both, but sometimes things together just No.
I don't know. He might be on to Coach Nye might have been on to something. I think I'm going to have to try that at some point.
You report back.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'll just let you. I'll live vicariously through you.
Okay. All right. That is your opening drive this morning. Brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. These golf balls are probably going to be used playing a little golf with Ethan Madison at some point. Now, he actually hits new golf balls because he's good. But these look new, Tommy. They look refurbished and they look great.
Only the best refurbished golf balls for you, my friend.
Listen. There's no gift that I want more than these because I need as many golf balls as possible. Considering my one.
I wanted to get the most bang for the buck. So rather than get you a dozen, I got you 48 golf balls. For about the price of a dozen.
And I'm eternally grateful for that. As I
you
am,
need volume.
Yes, I do. As I am for what Ethan was able to help me through with the mortgage process. You can give him a call at 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. Pat, I want to start with the Dr. Pepper chocolate milk question. Is that something you would entertain? Would you try that like Coach Knight used to drink, or are you going to stay away like Tommy and Big C?
You know what? I would try it because, listen, if it worked for Bobby Knight all those years, it can't be that bad, right?
I know.
So, yeah.
That was my thought. Maybe
Give it a try.
Maybe he was on to something. So we played the clip of former Alabama defensive back Roman Harper talking about Arkansas' schedule. Pat, you've looked at SEC schedules. Does Arkansas not only have the toughest in the SEC, but is it the toughest in college football with having to go to Memphis, Notre Dame at home, and everything else you got to do next year?
Yeah, and listen, I just hope that if Arkansas can navigate it, I hope that whatever rendition of the College Football Playoff Committee we get, maybe that they'll give Arkansas credit for playing a tough schedule because obviously everybody else that's in the College Football Playoff, you can play the Patsies of the world and have the worst conference in America and get buys in the College Football Playoff. So, yeah, it's tough. It's brutal. And so I guarantee that Sam Pittman won't get up there and run his mouth like Kirby Smart did at the SEC Championship game about how difficult the schedule is. But, yeah, when it came out last night and you start looking, and you start looking around the league because obviously I'm very familiar with what Alabama and Auburn's got down the pike in the next couple of years with their non-conference schedule. But I completely forgot that Notre Dame was going to be coming to Fayetteville. So, that just makes it an even more daunting task for the Hogs next year.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question about this past year. Same record, same results, but Nick Saban's the head coach. Is Alabama left out of the playoff if he's the head coach?
I think so. And the reason why is because, a few years ago, when they ended up putting TCU over Alabama, and we saw how well that worked out for the college football playoff in the national championship game with TCU and Georgia, I think they would have been left out. But, listen, at the end of the day, all the griping and complaining that I've been doing on our show on Jocks in Birmingham has been about the lack of transparency and the disaster that was this committee. I was on this webinar in October that a lot of other people was on as they were trying to discuss this new realm, this new exciting venture that's the 12-team format. And the number one question we had was, what about transparency? What about strength of schedule? And they were clueless. They were clueless in October. What you got every Tuesday night for Ward Manual was a complete disaster. And so it wasn't so much about, Alabama not getting in, but giving you a long answer to your question, Tommy. It's a situation where I think they were hell-bent. I think just like Joel Klatt said on his podcast last week that this thing was manipulated. There was no way, shape, or form that they were going to screw the ACC out of it. And this was pretty much retribution for Alabama getting in last year by them putting an ACC team in there over an SEC team.
So what, if anything, does Greg Sankey do about this?
Well, I tell you what, the people that I know, they said that Greg Sankey was immediately on the phone Sunday afternoon to his new best friend, Tony Petitti at the Big Ten. And on January the 20th, when they get together, when all the conference commissioners do in Atlanta on the morning of the national championship game, they're already going to start this negotiations. They're already going to start this conversation on the things that need to be done for 2025. Because, guys, listen, when you look at the bracket, whether you got a kid that plays AAU basketball, whether you got a kid that plays travel baseball, would somebody please show me a bracket in the world in which the 12th ranked team gets a first-round bye, beat the 3rd and 4th ranked teams, don't get a bye. Meanwhile, the 11th ranked team, according to your rankings, don't get to play in the national championship tournament, but the 16th ranked team does. It's crazy. It's stupid. They had to cut the deal with the Devil with the group of 5 teams. But I guarantee you that you're going to see a situation where you're not going to have the Boise States and the Arizona States of the world get buys moving forward. I think that's going to be the first key that they're going to work on. And then we'll see what happens next year, Tommy. And then from that standpoint, you'll have to wonder, moving forward, do we go to a 14-team or a 16-team tournament? This is going to be a Band-Aid this next season, but there's no doubt there will be changes.
Pat Smith with us here, 3-man front, co-host of on WJOX in Birmingham. Pat, why aren't we playing college football this weekend? I know there's Army-Navy, and it's one of the best games of the year, but why not have the college football playoff start this weekend and give the conference championship teams a real bye after their win last weekend?
Yeah, that's a great point, Ty. And, one thing's for sure, and I'm not really sure about the start date in the state of Arkansas for high school football, but we literally start high school football here in the state of Alabama a good 2 weeks before the college football season starts. So why not back up the college game a week or so, like you were just talking about? That way, maybe you could work in an additional bye. Because, listen, college football has become NFL light. We had 2 byes or 2 open weeks built in this year. You're going to have 2 open weeks next year. You're talking about adding even more games potentially. So why not give them an extra week, start it a week or 2 earlier? But I agree with you. They should be playing football this weekend. There's no doubt about it. And, moving forward, you got to ask the question about the importance of these conference championship games. We were told that, okay, you go into championship weekend, it's not going to matter. You should not be penalized for losing your conference game. But then when you get these secondary conferences like the ACC and SMU losing their conference game but still get awarded, you have to ask the question, what's the importance, period? I hate to sound like Lane Kiffin, but what is the point of playing these conference games if you pretty much have already secured your spot in the tournament?
Yeah, it was kind of ironic he said that, and then they got beat by Florida just a few
Very
days
much
or
so.
a week
Yeah.
or so later. Pat, I know things aren't great in Auburn, Alabama, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama right now. Alabama got left out of the playoff. Auburn's not going to a bowl game. But I wonder, your perception, Arkansas, I think, leads the SEC, maybe even college football and transfer portal players. They lost 2 more starters yesterday. Is this just the norm, or is there's a little extra something happening in Fayetteville right now that's standing out to you?
Well, it's interesting because, I was texting with you the other day because, I see this, this narrative out there that the sky is falling and that what is going on at Arkansas and things of that nature. And I don't view it that way. And again, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, but this is just someone that's covered this conference for a couple of years now. And I can just tell you that this is just college football, period. What's going on in Fayetteville is no different than what's going on in Auburn or in Tuscaloosa. Now, granted, it may be not to the numeric value that you're getting in Fayetteville right now, but this is the new world of college football, period. I mean, it is NFL light, as I mentioned before, free agency every single year, and it goes without saying that it's not going anywhere. And this is just the world that we're going to have to live in. But, and Ty, before I came on, I heard you talking about, the worst thing about this is that you got a young person that you're able to get them on campus and you want to develop them as an individual and as a football player, as a student athlete, and you're not given that opportunity now because the first opportunity that a second or a third string player, they're not happy with where they are on their depth chart, or their crazy uncle thinks that they can talk to a collective out of state and get them more money, then they're going to look at that and potentially leave. That's the sad part. That's why you're going to see multiple losses every single year in the Southeastern Conference. The Georgias of the Alabama in the world, they're not going to be able to basically have these second and third string 5-stars. They're going to sit there and wait their turn because the Austin Peay's or the UABs of the world, they're going to go and they're going to offer you more money, and you're going to go immediately because you're going to get an opportunity to play, because the first and foremost, you're going to be able to get that money every 2 weeks or every month, and that's going to be well worth it to them as of staying somewhere and trying to work your butt off to be the guy in year 3.
So, Pat, should the portal entry dates be moved? I'm becoming more of a proponent with what head coaches have to deal with following the end of the regular season with staff changes and with now National Signing Day being right on the heels of the final game. Should the portal entry date be moved from early December to, say, I don't know, the first reasonable date in January, the second, the third, right after the first round of the games in the playoffs and most of the bowl games. And that way the portal would only, in effect, have an effect on 4 teams, the ones left in the semifinals?
Tommy, I think so. I mean, think about what Kenny Dillingham said last week. And by the way, I want to applaud for what he said. He basically said that any kid that got into the transfer portal at Arizona State right now, that they are 100% welcome to continue to work out with the team, show up in practice, go to your position meetings. As long as you were doing what you were supposed to do and you want to continue to pursue outside interests outside of Arizona State, he's fine with that. He's okay with that.
Oh.
But why have that even be an item when your team is now playing in the biggest stage that you've worked so hard to get to? So, Tommy, I agree with what you said. If you're able to move it back, that way you kind of cut out all the potential flirtation. Hey, listen, we know it goes on anyway during this season. We had Caden Proctor in Tuscaloosa last year. He was getting calls from Iowa mid-season, and then he left when Nick Saban left, but then he ended up coming back to Tuscaloosa. It happens everywhere, but if you could just move the guard post back a little bit, maybe perhaps these coaches will not have to deal with as much as they're having to deal with now. Listen, Hugh Freeze, about 5 games into the season this year, he basically said, look, I'm having to spend so much more time now instead of trying to get this football team back on the right track. I'm having to sit in here and basically recruit my roster every single day. And this was mid-season. So you can only imagine what's going on once they know that this transfer portal window opens up. It's a complete nightmare.
So here's what we do. We have an SEC portal draft. If you want to play in the SEC next year, enter the SEC portal draft. In about January 2nd or 3rd, the 14 head coaches or 16 head coaches rather will meet in Birmingham or Destin or somewhere, and we'll just we'll draft your rosters full.
That is a great idea, Tommy. And listen, and I know this is crazy for me to say this, but I think you guys will probably agree with me. Do you anticipate within a 5-year window where we literally could have a situation where we would have trades in college football?
We basically
seriously, mid-season, you got your star quarterback just blew his ACL out, and all of a sudden you look in Tuscaloosa, they got Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson's been sitting there, and then all of a sudden you work out a deal with another school to trade his services. I mean, it's crazy to say this right now, but based on what we've experienced over the last 2 years with the changes in college football, that is not out of the realm of possibility.
Well, but Pat, that's against the mission statement. They're student athletes. They are there for their education first, my man. I mean, how would they continue their education? I mean, that doesn't fit with the mission statement, Pat.
Tommy, what was the famous player at Ohio State a couple years said? I didn't go here to go
Cardell
to school. I go
Jones.
here to play ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
12
here to play
gauge.
ball.
I mean, come on, man. Read the mission statement on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I mean, meanwhile, you got T.J. Finley, the worst quarterback I ever witnessed, to put on shoulder pads in the Southeastern Conference. Now he's in the transfer portal,
Again.
leaving Western Kentucky. Yeah, for going for his 6th school. So it's just it's a mess. But Tommy, they're there for the school, man.
Yeah, how much fun would it be if we just had the reality of a draft? That would be awesome. Pat, thanks for the insights, and we don't talk to you before Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas, guys. Season's great, and talk to y'all soon.
Wouldn't that be awesome to have a draft?
Makes it more talked about, and just
not gonna happen. But that would be awesome.
I don't know people, but ratings have never been better in college football right now.
Well, I went all the way to New York City, and I promise you the bed was not more comfortable there than it was at the Inn at the Mill. The night before I left, stayed at the Inn at the Mill, drove up to the airport. It was close and easy and convenient. And I promise you my room wasn't $700 a night at the Inn at the Mill.
Geez.
I mean, that's like bargain basement, the size of your closet room in New York City. So seriously, if you're coming to Northwest Arkansas to see the lights, to do some shopping, a little holiday getaway here on the last couple of weekends before Christmas, call our friends at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800. Jen and the crew there, Lily, Mark, they'll take great care of you, and they'll make sure you get a great room with a convenient location right there off exit 69. It's the Inn at the Mill, online at innatthemill.com.
Hog update next.
Find us on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, 97.1 in Camden and South Arkansas, and everywhere on hitthatline.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. I should say it.
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess, a couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
You got any Ric Flairs in you? That's pretty good right there.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Swing into savings this Christmas at the Golf Nut with these unbeatable offers. Srixon ZX irons, up to $200 off, and Srixon golf balls. Buy 2 dozen, get 1 dozen free. Lessons are always a great idea for your golfer. Contact Matt Brooks to set up an appointment. From top-of-the-line equipment to stylish apparel, the Golf Nut has the perfect gift. Give the gift of a better game this Christmas at the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Shop now and make this season a hole-in-one.
Catch your wife kissing Santa Claus, whose real name is Bobby from down the street? Want to know your rights in a divorce, custody, child support case? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Call me today to discuss your options. Start the new year off with a new lease on life for you, and let Santa have her. Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
Are we still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Are you ready to work for one of the area's premier companies? If so, Forsgren wants to offer you a rewarding new career. Forsgren has been building the foundation of the River Valley for over 80 years. Forsgren is recruiting for experienced concrete finishers, equipment operators, truck drivers, and laborers. Forsgren is a destination point for men and women with a drive toward excellence. Join the Forsgren legacy. Apply now on any device, anywhere at GoForsgren.com. That's GoForsgren.com. Forsgren Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else. My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything: service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's. Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbors since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSauto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Just remember Mike Shula? You guys seen him since 2006?
There's 3 and drop 8. In the corner.
Evidently,
You remember
he's
the kicker's name?
Lee Tiffin.
All right.
The Alabama or the Arkansas? It was David Carlton for Arkansas, Lee Tiffin for. I've heard that call of.
I had the
Vern.
kick in there too.
Yeah,
The
Vern.
thing you don't remember is
A nightmarish day for Lee Tiffin or Lee Tiffin. Or,
ended up with being an All-American. You know, had
Tiffin was.
yeah,
I guess.
a great kid. Ended up having a great. We remember that day, but his career was much better
Well, that's
than that
because
day.
Saban wasn't there yet. Once Saban got there, he started. Even though Alabama kickers, funny enough, haven't always performed under Nick Saban. I know you got Will Reichard, and there's some exceptions to the rule, but apparently it's back in college football with Dow Loggins taking the Appalachian State job, former Arkansas quarterback, former tight ends coach here. Shula's going to Columbia. He's been in the NFL for like nearly 2 decades. Thought that was interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, don't know if you got Rich Rod that's heading back to Morgantown. I think he's nearly been there 20 years. What's the other coaching? There's one more. Oh, of course, Chapel Bill Belichick are the 3 that are happening when it comes to that. Arkansas, Christian, I think it was you, maybe it was a listener that was asking about Andrew Armstrong not being a first-teamer. According to the Associated Press, he is first-team All-SEC. Jaquinton Jackson and Landon Jackson were second-team All-SEC guys as voted by the Associated Press members. So that
If you lead the league in receiving yards, you should.
receiving yards, catches, yards per catch, and I think yards per game. I think he had 4 or 5 of the top statistics. They had Burden and Ryan Williams, the freshman phenom from Alabama, as the 2 for the coaches, but they at least made it for the AP selection. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. Again, a reminder, Arkansas plays in North Little Rock, and that, at least on the Arkansas schedule, is on the SEC Plus. You know, it's usually you don't have that option to watch it on television. You can always listen right here, but unless the schedule's wrong on ArkansasRazorbacks.com, you'll get a chance if you have SEC Network Plus to watch it there. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with Benny Malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
We're still getting texts about the Dr. Pepper stuff. Your old broadcast partner, Matt Whitson, says Dr. Pepper and 2 coffee creamers are legit.
Well, I can see that.
Would do that,
but
Would you
chocolate
try
milk?
with the chocolate milk? BE in Clarksville equates it to macaroni and cheese and hot dogs for me. I would take
The fact that Bob Knight did that kind of gives me some pause to even try it. You know,
Tyler Greenwood says it actually goes well together. It does. So what did you make of, for those that haven't seen it, you can check it out on ArkansasRazorbacks.com or wherever. You basically just type in Arkansas schedule. What did you make of the schedule release yesterday? You got 3 rivalry games to end the season. Battle for the Golden Boot, LSU November 15th, at Texas in Austin. There's no trophy in that one. And then Missouri and Fayetteville for the battle line to close out the year.
toughest schedule again. I can't imagine how there's going to be a tougher schedule than what Arkansas is going to face. Way I was looking at, you kind of go through it. It's stupid to do this, but I did it just like anyone else. All right, win, loss, win. You go through it, loss, win, loss. And I came up with 5-7, 6-6, somewhere kind of there with 2 Passovers on that. But it's really dumb to do when you don't even know who's going to be on the team next year. But
Andy says
this is not going to be an easy schedule when you factor in Notre Dame and you factor in road trips to Neyland Stadium. You look at where Arkansas's got to play on the road, including, I'm going to tell you, that game at Memphis won't be easy either. So,
sandwiched in between Notre Dame and Ole Miss.
And then you end the year, your last 3, folks, at LSU, at Texas, Missouri at home.
Hey, listen, people love to clamor. I say love. There are some texters and callers that have called in and want Sam Pittman to be fired. And that's fine. You're right to your opinion, whatever. But the person that allowed this schedule to happen should be fired. Like they switched out. They had Missouri State on here too. They switched out Missouri State for Alabama A&M either last year or whenever it was because they need a cream puff cupcake on this schedule. Because you're asking a 6-6 football team, maybe 7-6, maybe 6-7, depending on how it goes in about 2 weeks, to go in the toughest schedule in college football. I think there's a serious case you could make that this schedule in front of Arkansas is tougher than what Sam Pittman had in 2020 when it was an all-SEC schedule because there was only 10 games then. That would be the argument I would have. This one has 12. And, again, by the way, you still got to play Arkansas State and Little Rock, which that's the game of everyone's life if you're an Arkansas State alum, if you're an Indian or if you're a Red Wolf, whatever you want to call yourselves nowadays. I mean, that means so much to that university, that fan base, that athletics department. And, guys, I know a few old Arkansas State guys, they said, man, I wish I could still strap it up and play these guys. So, it is not going to be easy next year at all. Giddy up.
I don't even know if you can chalk up Arkansas State. I mean,
now, the one thing it does, and I think next year they ought to make a decision to put that A-State thing in the Fayetteville package, but we can talk about that when we got a little bit more time. Hey, brought to you by APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group. Immediate job openings in Northwest and North Central Arkansas. If you want to start 2025 with a new career, and not just a job, but a career, APAC Arcola can help you with that. Go to jobs.crh.com, jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola is an equal opportunity employer.
All right, we got our Morning Rush daily question coming up. We got a few calls, and I still got to get to some of these texts this morning. What do you think about Arkansas' schedule that was released yesterday, where they're going, when they are? We'll talk about that and more coming up.
Shop local, eat local, be local. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess, a couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
Gentlemen, I do pipeline inspections, so I'm actually calling from California. Great show, by the way.
This is The Morning Rush
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With the never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Unto us a child is given, and his name shall be Wonderful, Counselor, Emmanuel, God with us. Mike Blaylock with Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning and Plumbing Services. From all of our families here at Blaylock's, we would like to wish you and your family a very, very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed federal motor carrier safety administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
So I want to go back to the game at Madison Square Garden for our Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by CartPath Social. Has the outcome of that game, and particularly the way they played in the second half, digging their way out of a 15-point hole, has it changed your thoughts or expectations or what you expect to see moving forward with this team? Do you feel like they're more equipped now with Adu starting to play more minutes, Trevin Brazile, really stepping up to the end? He missed the free throws, but huge rebound and dunk on the other. Is what you're seeing now, even though it's one game and one snapshot, are you more confident now about where you're going to be to start SEC play?
Yeah, I think you have to be. You mentioned Trevin's play, so he missed those 2 free throws. Trevin last year may have sulked or just wouldn't have been in because of injuries. Ends up blocking that, what would have been either game-tying shot or game-leading shot, and then makes 1 of 2. He would have loved to have 2, but I think it has to. You've been very bullish on the idea Jonas Aidoo was going to change this team. You saw that on Tuesday night. He played significant minutes, had
even with some early foul trouble.
Yeah, 11 points, I think 7 rebounds, couple blocks. He's just a difference maker. There's a couple possessions that he changed during the course of that basketball game, so I think you got to be happy. They're not in the Alabama, Kentucky, and Auburn category. They're not.
But I don't think they're in the Tennessee category for what I got to see.
Yeah, Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, and Kentucky. That's the main 4 right now. Arkansas picked 5th. They're in that second tier. Now they have a chance with the talent they have on the roster to get up. I think it is. I go back to the lunch yesterday. I was talking with Nick at Herman's about this. I mean, if John L. Davis takes that next step, and here's the thing about John L. If you watch him play, he's still rebounding his tail off. He's still playing defense like he did in the final possession of that game. He just hasn't found his stroke. He's not getting the ball as much as he used to. He doesn't have that. But if he takes that next jump, if he takes his, I think, 9 points a game average to 14 or 15, then you're going to see this team elevate even more. We've seen it elevate a little bit with Jonas Aidoo being back. That's the next step, is for him to have a surge in scoring. I'm not talking about 12 or 13 points like he's done from time to time. I'm talking when he bangs in 22 one night. That's when you're going to see this team surge. But yes, I am more confident.
I'll just tell you, in person, now, not up close, wasn't on the front row, but I was just noticing and looking and commenting with David Fuchs, who was sitting next to me during the game. Michigan, physically, as far as just strength and girth and the size of their team versus Arkansas, they were a stronger, bigger, more physical team. And I thought Tennessee looked a lot the same way, even though they weren't out there at the same time. So that's the other thing with this team is I don't know that you're going to out-physical a lot of people. I think you can out-quick some people. I think this team's got a lot of quickness to it, which quickness may win the day. And I'm telling you, particularly down low, when you look at some other teams' bigger 4s and their 5s versus Arkansas's 1-5 and a couple 4 pluses.
Yeah, 4 pluses. I like that. Yeah, that's it.
You're not matching up physically. At least you did not the other night. You got away with it. You found a way to win, and there's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm not saying that will doom you, but I'm just saying you're going to have to be a good rebounding team from all 5 spots because you're not going to clean a lot of glass inside with bigger, more physical teams. And Aidoo staying out of foul trouble is going to be essential in conference play.
And I'll go back to what Cal said the other night, talking about maybe roster expansion.
We may have to. It may not work the way I planned. So 8 or 9 guys. Everybody will be happy. You don't have transfer problems, NIL issues you don't have, da-da-da. And then a couple coaches said, what if you have injuries? I'll have happy players. I'll have 6 guys and 7 playing. I didn't plan on that all of preseason. I thought you get in the season, someone get hurt, you have 7. But you're prepared. We have not been able to really do. So you may be right.
He's not doing that next year. And front court,
I don't think he's doing it this year, it doesn't sound like.
What do you mean?
Well, I think every guy that can play at the SEC level is going to play.
But it's the 8 or 9 guys. He's not playing I think it's Casimir Chave. I don't even know.
What you're saying is he's going to recruit at that level to 10, 11, 12 guys.
Like when you go,
NIL money may have to grow or thin out a little bit per person.
When you go and you look up and down, like you mentioned Tennessee, who's got a couple just outstanding big men. You look at Auburn with Dylan Cardwell and Janai Broome. Janai's probably the national player of the year in not just maybe the league, but the conference. And you look at Alabama, who got that kid from Rutgers, Grant Nelson, who's a 4+. Like there's waves of these guys. And what made, I thought, Cal successful is over the years, not only dynamic guard play, but you had waves of big men. There's one true big man on this team. It's Jonas Aidoo. I would be shocked.
Your only real 5.
Yes, if they took this philosophy and ran with it next year. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. It's colder here in the natural state, but you can still golf, and you can take advantage of over 500 courses like Augusta, like the Blessings. There's so many courses that you can choose from in the indoor golf facility in Northwest Arkansas known as Cart Pass Social. 2 Rogers guys own it. 2 buddies I went to college with, Nate Gearhan, Christian Olson, do a great job They're always there. They're always playing, doing something on social media, promoting their incredible product. If you have not seen it yet, I would encourage you to go check it out. Holiday season. Maybe it's just a way to get away from the family. Maybe it's after work. It's too dark outside. It's too cold. Then you can take advantage of an awesome indoor golf facility, the number one in Arkansas, BYOB as well.
Looking here at the Bet Saracen app, the line's out for the Liberty Bowl. I'm sure you've seen this by now, but
Arkansas still favored.
-1.5 for the Hogs, and the over-under is 60.5. So interesting first lines out from Bet Saracen that are up right now. So you can go ahead and look at all the bowl games, including Arkansas's. And I think it'll be interesting to see the numbers from Bet Saracen and others with the college football playoff. Obviously, wagering is going to go up because you got more games, but do more people get involved because of the excitement of the postseason now in college football. But Arkansas favored by 1.5 at the Bet Saracen app. Go to betsaracen.com for details or download it in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store.
Are you surprised that Arkansas is still favored?
I'm not taking that bet.
I don't know how odds makers set lines right now, not even knowing what the team's going to look like.
Yeah. I mean, I could just see it being a nightmare with all the transfer. It was bad enough.
And I looked at Vegas. Maybe a lot of the lines, Big C, are not even on the board in Vegas yet. I don't know.
I mean, it was bad enough in some games, with a full roster, blocking people. And
we talk about it harder. No, you're right, Christian. We talk about it being hard as it's ever been as a college coach. Imagine just being at Bet Saracen, Neil and the guys, or just having to deal with that, having to figure things out. That would not be easy. And there's money to be made, I think. All right, Ryan's in Hot Springs this morning. Ryan and I were talking about Landman. That is a show that, Tommy, you and I, but Christian, have you started Landman yet? You watched it?
No.
Okay, it's very good. Ryan, you were telling me that the Billy Bob's son is from Arkansas. Is that right?
Billy Bob's from Arkansas.
Yes, sir. Well, the character Cooper Norris, but the guy that plays him, I cannot think, it's something Laughlin. He's actually from a place called Briggsville. And if you look up on the map.
No.
I lost Ryan.
He must be in a dead spot.
Yeah. Well, the guy that plays Jamie on Yellowstone's from the
West
Jonesboro.
Bentley.
Yeah. He's from the Jonesboro area. Billy Bob's obviously an Arkansas guy. We've known that for years.
I got told that Don Oliveri, his woman in that show, Sarah Atwood, lives in Mena. I have a listener just texted me that one day, and I don't know if there's any.
The one that got shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any truth to that, but that would be a couple connections. They played.
He lives in Mena. I think.
I need
to go to Mena.
If you listen to this, Billy Bob Thornton was in Friday Night Lights, the movie. This theme song is almost a clone of Friday Night Lights, the TV show. It's very similar. Taylor Sheridan uses, what's interesting is he uses different actors and actresses from some of his other shows in this one. But I thought, when I think about Billy Bob Thornton, I think about Friday Night Lights, and that theme song is very, very similar to that.
I watched, I didn't get to see Sunday night because I was in New York City, but I watched the last episode last night.
Okay.
So I guess there's only one left. It said season finale. So what I've lost. Well, they already did the first half of the year. I mean, first half of the season. Then we took a year and a half off or whatever.
Oh, you're talking Yellowstone.
I'm talking Yellowstone.
Landman.
No. I'm talking Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So there's only one more Yellowstone
Correct.
left. And then are they coming back or is this it for Yellowstone?
Well, I read.
Or has anyone decided?
I put this in a rundown. They're doing a Beth and Rip spinoff, apparently. I didn't read past the headline, but that is Cole
I don't know
Hauser
how they're going to wrap all this whole. This is going to be a really disappointing end to what I think has been a great show.
2-hour episode.
I don't know how you can wrap up the whole thing in one 2-hour episode, even.
So there's certain shows. There's no way to end. I hated the Game of Thrones ending. I hated the How I Met Your Other ending, and I'm probably going to hate how Yellowstone ends. So I'm with you on that. Ryan's back. Ryan, what were you? You can finish your thought there.
I was saying that Briggsville is basically it's a nowhere town. It's almost due north of Lake Washita, and it's off of Highway 28. You were talking about Jamie, I guess, about the time y'all lost me. I've said this once before, and you've also got the actress that plays Daniel's daughter on Cobra Kai. She's from Pine Bluff.
A lot of Arkansas Hollywood connections, I guess. That's
Well, and what's crazy though is this kid. He's actually he's already been in some pretty big films. he was the kid in. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Mud with Matthew McConaughey.
Him and Ty
He was in
Sheridan.
that, and
Yeah.
And then he was all. That's another Sheridan movie. Did not know that. But he was also in Justified as a teenager too. Towards one of the latter seasons, which was really good. But well, I guess that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you'll have a great day and go Hogs.
Ryan, thank you. Yeah, I'm since you talked about it, I have since started watching it. It's very good.
Landman?
Yes.
How many
very good.
episodes are you in?
I think I'm two in,
Yeah,
and
I
there's a
think
lot of action.
Three, and I've got to catch up. It's all online.
I still got to watch Yellowstone, the second to last episode of this season, maybe the entire entire thing. Paramount. But Yellowstone isn't on. It confuses me. Yellowstone, it's like
I don't know. I just DVR it off of.
You're smart to do so. It pops
Paramount
up
on
on
Sunday
mine.
nights, but
I think I've got it recorded.
I've
like
got
you do.
a Paramount Plus membership, but Yellowstone's not on
Not
there.
there. It doesn't make any sense.
Weird.
It's convoluted.
How that works. Hey, I tell you who will be there. That's Joe's Grill and Cantina. They'll be there for the bowl game coming up on the 27th. Also, the Hogs play UCA Saturday, and we'll have a watch party for that where you can have half price apps and taps at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps. Always half price apps and taps during every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Half price apps and taps for this Saturday's game, Arkansas and UCA. Hey, if you're looking to spruce up your home or maybe build a brand new one from ground up, you can trust the team. Todd, take it away. Farm Credit
of Western Arkansas, 25 locations, myaglender.com. This is the first ever mid-library we've done. Again, 25 locations across the state. If you need to spruce up your home or build a brand new one, they can help you out at Farm Credit. One more time, myaglender.com. I appreciate Tommy and the used balls he gave me this morning for a late birthday present. Back in a minute.
For easy holiday gifts for the grown-ups on your shopping list? You're in luck, and so are they. The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is a winner wonderland. Scratch-off tickets make great gifts and start at only $1, and players win more than $1 million every day. Share the gift of winning with everyone on your list. Give scratch-offs. They're easy fun with a chance of easy money. Join the Winter Wonderland. Gift, scratch, and win today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Truett Tollett with WT Equipment in Springfield. As the year ends, we're motivated to move inventory and meet all your equipment needs. Take advantage of year-end pricing on New Holland, Bobcat, Hustler, Steel, and more across our 8 locations in Arkansas and Louisiana. Stop by for a cup of coffee or visit us online at WTEquip.com. Thank you for your business, and we wish you a Merry Christmas, a safe New Year, and a prosperous 2025.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Arkansas Oklahoma Gas wants to help you save on your energy costs this winter. To ensure your heating system runs efficiently, schedule regular maintenance with a licensed technician. For more energy and money-saving tips, visit AOGC.com/winter. Arkansas Oklahoma Gas wants to help you save on your energy costs this winter. Adjust ceiling fans to spin clockwise to help push warm air down. And, health allowing, set your thermostat a little lower. For more money-saving tips, visit AOGC.com/winner.
Are you ready to work for one of the area's premier companies? If so, Forsgren wants to offer you a rewarding new career. Forsgren has been building the foundation of the River Valley for over 80 years. Forsgren is recruiting for experienced concrete finishers, equipment operators, truck drivers, and laborers. Forsgren is a destination point for men and women with a drive toward excellence. Join the Forsgren legacy. Apply now on any device, anywhere at GoForsgren.com. That's GoForsgren.com. Forsgren Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Are you tired of the overcrowded fitness centers? Would you like a fitness option where you can actually work out? Then let's hang out. The Hangout is Fort Smith's newest fitness facility. It has an 8,000 square foot gym, indoor tennis, pickleball, and basketball with more sports coming soon. The Hangout offers group and individual training in the gym and boasts 3 active tennis pros to help you grow your game. Stop in today at 5400 Gary Street or thehangoutfs.com for more information. Be a part of something different. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. It's not going to be as cool. Our high this afternoon in the upper 50s to near 60 with south winds anywhere from 15 to 25 miles per hour. An increase in the cloud cover tonight. And overnight low will drop down upper 30s to near 40. Cloudy skies, a slight chance of seeing some showers on Friday, a high low 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Arkansas, yes. And it's really because their brutal road schedule. You look at it, they have at Ole Miss, at Memphis, that's a tough one, at Tennessee, at LSU, and at Texas. And then when we get our glorious home games, who do we have? We get to host Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, and Missouri. Brutal schedule overall from top to bottom.
I feel like Arkansas is always up for that award for some odd reason.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey, back here on the Morning Rush. First and foremost, are you okay?
I don't know. I went to New York City and I came back with a free cold.
Yeah,
so.
for those that missed it, Tommy, I thought it was
You
going
know,
to cough
get
up a
that
lung during the
scratchiness in
break.
your throat, and then you're like, you know, you talk for a living. Sometimes it just, and I took an allergy pill this morning. It's like an itch, and you just can't. You can't stop.
Can't get rid of it.
Oh, it's terrible. So, all right, we got Tom coming up in just a little bit. Looking forward to a chat with him. Brought to you by Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue next to Buddy's in Fort Smith. Arts is one of our favorite spots. Here we go again.
Arts is one of our favorite spots. I got good thumbs up, Wade Morgan, from the turkey that I brought to Thanksgiving, the large smoked one. So
And you can order your entire Christmas meal right now, Ty.
yeah, you can't. You can do it right now. Turkey, you can do a non-traditional Thanksgiving. They'll take care of you at Arts. I always love stopping in to see Wade and Morgan, whether it's just getting some of the smoked wings, getting the Art Attack. They've got all these new burgers. I got the brisket burger last time. It was phenomenal. And I also get the barbecue quesadilla with pulled pork. So holiday stuff or just stopping in for a great lunch or great dinner option, that's Arts Barbecue and Burgers next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
I rise to honor the life of renowned Arkansas Democrat-Gazette sports reporter Bob Holt, who passed away Wednesday, December 4th, after collapsing following the Arkansas football game against the Missouri Tigers, his alma mater. Since 1981, Bob covered the Razorbacks and sports across Arkansas, bringing every game to life in the unique way that only Bob Holt could. He was a titan of the media industry, revered for his ability to get an answer to any question, all while maintaining the utmost respect from coaches, players, and his fellow reporters. Bob leaves a resounding legacy in his wake, and his mark in the Arkansas sports community will go down in history. Not only was Bob an unparalleled reporter, he was a faithful and loyal friend. Matt Jones, a friend and colleague of Bob's for many years, said, "If the world was full of Bob Holtz, it would be a lot better world, a lot kinder world, a lot more peaceful world. It would be a world that laughs a lot more, and it would be a much, much better place." My prayers go out to his family, friends, and all Arkansans mourning our loss.
So that was Congressman Arkansas Representative Bruce Westerman talking about the legacy that is Bob Holt. Much more than a writer, a friend, especially of our guy Tom Murphy, who now joins us. Tom, I saw you share that, so I thought it'd be a good idea to bring you in with that this morning. Celebration of life tomorrow, Cross Church Student Auditorium. You're gonna have an opportunity to give testimonials as well. Tom, I know it's going to be an emotional time. It's been an emotional time for the past 2 weeks or so, but tomorrow I'm guessing it's going to really come to fruition there at Cross Church here in Fayetteville.
Yeah, I mean, as sad as the occasion is, there's going to be folks from around the country, around the region who come in to pay their respects for Bob. Looking forward to meeting his sister-in-law and kids. I think they're coming, and what a guy to bring it all together, and for Bruce Westerman to have done that on the floor of the U.S. Senate, what a special deal that, his reach, his impact is that far-reaching. And, man, I've been missing Bob every day since then. It's been a tough go.
I did get a kick out of just a little more lighthearted on the invitation / flyer. It says attire. Football rules apply, no ties. I don't think I ever saw Bob Holt sporting a tie in any press box that I saw him in. But, again, just wanted to remind everyone about that tomorrow. Tom, we did get some Arkansas football news, not just for the Razorbacks, but SEC. We'll talk transfer portal in the sec, but the SEC schedule is out for this upcoming season. Arkansas finishes their season with 3 rivalry games. We knew that Memphis and Arkansas State, along with Notre Dame, were on the schedule. Pretty straightforward question. Is this Sam Pittman's toughest schedule since arriving here at Arkansas? Maybe only comparable to 2020.
Right, because that was 10 SEC games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the answer might be yes, because, really 2020 you can't count it. It's a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
So, the one they were going to play in 2020 before COVID, that was the road game at Notre Dame. And I mean, and I think it had like 7 home games. It was an unbelievable slate that was going to be. And the Missouri game would have been in Kansas City that year. It was at Chiefs Stadium. But this one, there's just no ducking it. It is so tough. And if anybody gives them grief for playing Alabama A&M in week 1 and Arkansas State in week 2, yeah, wow. I mean, the Red Wolves are going to be up for that game big time. So, you got to roll out a pretty good start there, and then week 2, you got Arkansas State coming at you, and then it just drops on you. I mean, all the conference road games, and for the teams they went 1-3 against this year, Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, Texas, all those are on the road. They won't be favored in any of those 4, and then you beat Auburn and Mississippi State on the road, but you got them here. Not going to be easy. Both teams should be better. A&M, a game maybe you could have won. You got them here. So, to me, that game's going to be pretty big, and it's just the Memphis game? Are you kidding me? they're a really good team, and that game's on the road. That's a tough deal.
And if you're not 3-2 to start the year, it's going to probably be a long year. And 3-2 at the worst. Two byes in the schedule. And Tom, 7 straight SEC games to close the year.
Yep, and 3 of them, I believe there's 3 at home in a row, which is cool. But then you got back-to-back road games. Texas is one of them. I think LSU and Texas back-to-back, and then you finish up against Missouri. It's just a really tough schedule. And I know it is every year, but this one in particular seems to be pretty brutal because you had all those tough home games this season.
Tom Murphy with us here, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Tom, what is the biggest question that Sam Pittman needs to answer when he talks with the media today, later on at 1:30, in your opinion?
Well, in a broad way, it's, what's happening with your roster? Because there's a lot of ways you can go with that. Well, we're trying to retain these guys. Are there NIL demands just too much that you feel like you can't match it? Why have 3 starting offensive linemen left? And so, there's a lot on the docket today for this press conference, no doubt.
And on that subject, I know Sam Pittman's going to get asked. There's other coaches that are going to get asked certain things. I wonder when you're watching what's going on in college sports, seeing Bill Belichick going to Chapel Hill. Evidently, Dan Mullen's just been hired by UNLV, which I find interesting. If you're a coach, what is your new philosophy? Like, how are you trying to change things now in 2024 heading into next season than maybe you've done for 99% of your career?
Well, I don't know if there's a simple answer to that, but roster building has been on the forefront for 3-4 years now since the portal hit, and it's not easy. And when you lose as many guys as Arkansas has in the portal, they wanted to go 1 for 1. So you got to replace starting offensive linemen with what you hope are enough quality starting linemen out there in the portal. It's not going to be easy. Brad Spence, he had been talking like he's a sophomore, and he'd been talking in post games and doing some of the Tuesday night interviewing with us. And I thought, well, he's a team spokesman type. Surely he's going to be returning, but he got in the portal. So there's been some critical losses for them. There's a lot of production they have to replace, and it is a difficult proposition now, the balance between how many freshmen you're going to bring in, what their NIL stuff looks like, trying to maintain the veterans on your roster, and what their NIL looks like, and then what your incoming, what you're recruiting to. It was felt that with the revenue sharing coming in that they would have a stronger opportunity to retain guys, but that's not playing out so far.
So is the narrative we're hearing and what we've been told about players love Sam Pittman, they want to fight for Sam Pittman, the narrative of don't have enough NIL money, is all that squaring in your mind with what we're seeing now with the larger than usual amount of players in the portal compared to the other SEC schools?
That's a difficult question. They can be mutually exclusive. These players can love Sam Pittman, but still feel like there's more money out there somewhere. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but Jay Norvell, the Colorado State coach, I saw a clip of him the other day, and he was talking about what's happening on rosters across the country. And it's that there's these agents, and it didn't take long for this to crop up, but these agents who tell players, I can get you this deal over here. And maybe it's mostly true or possibly true. And the players think, oh, well, I can make a third as much as I'm making here. I'm going to go in the portal. How much of that comes into reality, I don't know. But these guys take, and Norvell said, these guys are taking a big chunk. Like in the NFL, your agent's making 3%, 5%. These guys, some of them are charging, a lot higher, 10%, 15% to broker these deals. So, Tommy, I think back to 5, 6, 7 years ago, you and I talked about this era is coming, and it is going to be the Wild West, and we are seeing it, and maybe everything we envision, and possibly more in terms of how the regulation is low, and these people got on board immediately, basically buying players because it was sanctioned at that point, and then even with revenue sharing coming in, it's still got this crazy component. And some programs like Arkansas that didn't have the exact NIL war chest of some others are seeing, what happens when, you didn't have that.
Yeah. Any concern from you about what roster will be available for the bowl game? Any concern from you on what kind of product Arkansas can actually field in Memphis against Texas Tech?
Well, you're looking at least 3 offensive linemen that are going to be new. I mean, and, if you have decent depth, you should be able to absorb that. And you think back to, I think Imarian Harris got a start, or at least came in very quickly for Tykeus Crawford in the last Liberty Bowl. And they had to fill a bunch of gaps, but this seems a little bit deeper. The receiving core is going to be, pretty decimated. So you're going to have, the Jordan Anthonys and Tyrone Brodens and Tesla, those guys will be there, but you won't have a ton of depth. And, you got to replace the D linemen. Both your ends are gone. So you could go through the roster and find places where they're just not going to have that quality depth. And there could be more blown assignments, more missed tackles across the board. And I think Texas Tech's got a lot more of their roster that's going to be available. And they're a very explosive team. I thought Arkansas would probably beat Kansas in the last one, but on this one, I would think Texas Tech's a good favorite.
Tom, last one before we let you go. We've talked plenty of football thus far. Basketball back in action, this time in North Little Rock and Simmons Bank Arena taking on UCA. Tommy asked a good question earlier. To me, it's like, did your mindset change about this team after beating Michigan? So I'll pose that same one to you. Do you feel differently about this basketball team after a big neutral site win in MSG on Tuesday night?
I think it has slightly. They had a sublime, what was it, maybe 12-minute span. It was the last 5 of the first half where they did their big catching up, and then the first, 10 minutes of the second half where they just blitzed them. I mean, their 3-point shooting, we hadn't seen anything like it, and just the ball movement. Now, just as quickly, when they were ahead 80-62, it just kind of snapped off. So I think this Arkansas team, to an extent, is seemingly like playing to the level of their opponent. They messed around against Texas San Antonio, was trailing at halftime. UCA is 2-7. They got a big scoring kid. This Lane Taylor from Farmington is a big scorer, a true freshman guard. You'd like to see them just get on top from the beginning, but I do believe I think there might be a little higher ceiling than what I thought of going into the Michigan game.
Well, we'll see what happens Saturday at 3 o'clock inside of Simmons Bank Arena. Tom, enjoyed it. We'll do it on Tuesday, man.
Sounds good. See y'all.
All right, Tom Murphy joining us every Tuesday and Thursday here on the Morning Rush. Brought to you today by our friends at Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue, next to Sody's in Fort Smith. Live music during the holiday season, December 13th, coming up this Friday, the following Friday on the 20th, and then the 27th with Alyssa Byer, Tori Dock, and Jason Campbell on the 13th, 20th, and 27th. Also, they got holiday music with Don Bailey and Friends. If you missed that last night, he was there on the 11th last night, back again on the 18th for Don Bailey and Friends. Make your reservations at uncorkthefort.com. That's uncorkthefort.com for our friends at Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sody's in Fort Smith.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Mach 1 Financial. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach-1financial.com/disclosures.
Jerry's phoned in from Harrison, home of the Goblins this morning. He had a portal question for us. Jerry, you're on the Morning Rush, man. What you got?
I was going to ask you, how do the men that are transferring through the portal, do they have the same deal with their credits and stuff as just a regular student would if he transferred from colleges? Are they still working on their credits toward their degree, even if they do go through the portal?
Jerry, I hear what you're saying. I don't think that the student themselves is worried at all about that. I would assume they operate under the same basis as any other student, but who knows anymore? You ask a really good question.
How dare you two laugh at
I'm not laughing at all.
The education
because
that is
it
still being pushed.
It sucks when you've gone to school, you pass the class, and the credit hours won't transfer.
Did that happen to you?
On one 3-hour class, it didn't transfer to retake it. So, but Jerry's point is the one that just continues to get glossed over. Aren't these guys supposed to be student athletes? That's so far out the window now. No one even that's so far down the list of priorities. No one's even considering. It's a great question, Jerry, and one that should be asked. Absolutely.
Jerry, what do you think?
Well, I understand what they're doing it for more money and stuff, but I was just thinking, are they still concerned about their degree, or is that just out the window?
I think it's a case-by-case basis, just to be honest.
Depends on how good a player you are, Jerry.
And this doesn't boil down to student athletes. I had a friend that couldn't care less about college. They just wanted to pass and get on with their life. Other friends that you'd be surprised by some of the intelligent people I hung out with, but that were very strict about studying. Like, we had a friend we had to claw away from the library once a month just to hang out and stuff. It varies. Some guys are going to take that and say, you know what, my end goal is to do something outside of football, basketball, baseball, and others are like, this is a sideshow for now. Let's focus on what I want to do.
Jerry, here's why your question's really a good one. Does the APR, the academic progress rate, that's supposed to levy penalties against your scholarship numbers, your bowl eligibility, are they going to do away with that? Where's the enforcement on that? Because I can't imagine with all the transfers, players leaving not eligible, that there's not going to be issues at some point.
And I misspoke earlier this week. I'd forgotten that they have since changed the one-time transfer rule that you can transfer now as many times as you want as an undergraduate, as long as you're in good academic standing. So to your point, Jerry,
what's the second part of that?
Good academic standing.
Yeah.
So Jerry, they have the luxury and the ability to transfer as long as I think it's like a 2.5 is the threshold of most. Maybe it's less than that, but and I'm going to be honest, depending on what major you're in, it's one thing if you're majoring in like biology or doing something really difficult, but it's not that hard to keep a 2.5 in college, especially when most college campuses are specifically designed like for student athletes. They get individual tutoring. They have better sessions. There's just a lot more stuff that they get relative, at least when I was in school. And I'm going to guess
it's gotten even better.
It's amplified probably, if I had to guess.
Jerry, good call. Appreciate you calling in this morning.
Well, I got one more question for
All right,
you.
bring it.
Are there any seniors, high school seniors in Arkansas that Arkansas is going after?
Like if 2025, or are you talking about the ones?
They just had the early signing period last week. Was the second?
This coming up. Did they sign any Arkansas kids?
Yes. You got Grayson Wilson's the young man from Central Arkansas Christian in Conway. They've got a couple kids from Parkview. I had the list here.
Okay. I'm disorganized since I left for New York.
I think it was 6, maybe. Is that right? I think it's 6. That's off the top of my head, but 6 Arkansas kids. Now, the issue I think a lot of people have is seeing 4 of the top 6 in-state players go elsewhere, Jerry. That's what I think some Arkansas fans are frustrated by, just seeing some guys jump ship to Oklahoma or LSU or Notre Dame, maybe. It's another one off the top of my head. I don't have this in front of me. This is just kind of off the top of my head, to be honest, buddy.
Well, I'm kind of like what Matt said. They've got to get these kids from Arkansas. There's some good athletes in Arkansas that it just seems like you'd get more crowd appeal or whatever if you could get Arkansas kids.
Jerry,
they'd play harder.
Yeah, and let's hit it on it. Jerry, I appreciate your call. So I wanted to go to the University of Arkansas for 2 reasons. 2 individuals, Matt Jones and Darren McFadden. Matt gave me 2002 in LSU in Little Rock when I was there and then I saw Darren in 2006. Those are the only 2 reasons. You can apply that same thought to kids nowadays. They're not seeing this team win. 2015 and 2021 are the only times this team's actually won, and really it was 8-5 in 2015. Sam Pittman had a really solid year, really good year. And I'm solid, really good year in 2021. But if you're an Arkansas kid and you're seeing Ole Miss and you're seeing Missouri and you see other teams that are getting 9, 10+ wins, I know money's a big issue, but I want to win. I think a lot of individuals still want to win. So you got to win here first to convince these in-state kids that it's worth to come to Fayetteville. We all know it is, but they're not in the same mindset that so many of us, and I'll take myself out of it, so many guys that played for the University of Arkansas were. Because the team's not as good as it used to be 20, 30, 40, 50, 10 years ago. That's where we're at right now as a fan base and as an athletics department with this football program.
All right, this hour of the Morning Rush brought to you by our friends at Mach 1 Financial. 'Tis the season of giving, but did you know there's several tax planning strategies which can maximize your giving impact and help you save on taxes? Matt and John break down the information on various retirement and tax planning strategies and explore the latest statistics behind giving to charity. The Market Moment is a space for everyday investors. You can find them on YouTube. You can watch a lot of things on YouTube, including the Market Moment at Market-Moment or on the Market Moment YouTube channel as well. Tune in to get your financial questions answered. Mach 1 Financial LLC is a registered investment advisor. They're in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit Mach-1Financial/disclosures.
So a couple SEC former coaches have found new landing spots. We'll talk about those next in your SEC update.
Money and greed has killed it for me. Most of them get paid under the table anyway. It's stealing without the gun.
This is the Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Well, here's a life lesson worth filing away. When hammer hits hand, hammer wins.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC. Head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and HitThatLine.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782.
Holiday goodness of Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon. Available for limited time at participating locations. Items may vary.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Hey, congrats to Andrew Armstrong, first team All AP in the SEC, and then Lando and Jaquinda Jackson were second team as voted on by AP voters. Coaches, All SEC selections came out earlier this week. You had Landon and Andrew both wind up on second team, and then Xavier Sorey and Cam Ball were on third team. Cam Ball and Xavier Sorey, I guess, drew part of. Did you watch that video? They drew part of the schedule release for Arkansas.
I didn't see that.
Yes, and they got all of the mascots wrong almost.
I got a kick out of it. I thought that was funny. But
I was disappointed.
Two of the guys are excited that are coming back here. I know we've talked more about the guys leaving, like yesterday with starting center Addison Nichols, starting linebacker Brad Spence. More of an impact, unfortunately. You've seen guys depart than stay put. But as far as the schedule is concerned for Arkansas, and all SEC schedules are out, by the way, but I know you care about the one here. You open with Alabama A&M in Fayetteville. Thank goodness you actually open in your home stadium. Then you go to War Memorial and take on Arkansas State. Won't be an easy game. You then basically should just stay in that area. Ole Miss and Memphis back-to-back. Oxford and Memphis, Tennessee. So you're playing in the Liberty Bowl in 2 weeks. And then you'll be back there on September the 20th. Then you come back to take on Notre Dame in Fayetteville. Bye week, Tommy. Then it heats up. At Tennessee, A&M in Fayetteville, Auburn in Fayetteville, Mississippi State in Fayetteville. So maybe the easiest
Better have a big October.
Yeah, the easiest part of your stretch between A&M and Mississippi State. Bye week, and it with 3 rivalry games. Golden Boot, LSU, Texas, and Austin. Hadn't been there since you got routed in 2008. And then Missouri to close it out in Fayetteville.
So you think, 2-0 to start. You better beat Alabama A&M, and you better beat Arkansas State. At Ole Miss, going to be tough. Memphis, I don't want to say a toss-up, but not a rollover game either. But let's just say 3-1. Notre Dame 3-2 going into the bye. Going to win at Tennessee? Probably not. 3-3. They're a playoff team. Texas A&M at home. 50-50 game. Maybe you get that. 4-3. Let's just give them one. Fayetteville against Auburn. They'd give you 5 wins. Mississippi State could give you 6. Then you close with LSU, Texas, and Missouri. I think the high end is maybe 7 wins, but it's really unfair to sit here and judge anything when you don't even know who the players on any of these teams are going to be next year. Really kind of crazy.
And Memphis will be starting a freshman quarterback, most likely. I know Seth Hennigan, who seems like he's been there for 6 years. I'd feel better about that game than I would if Hennigan was the quarterback.
That's an issue for Arkansas next year. Again, it does not get any easier in the schedule. If you missed it earlier, here was Roman Harper's thoughts on what Arkansas has in front of them with this upcoming game.
And the unfortunate award goes to Arkansas. Yes. And it's really because their brutal road schedule. You look at it, they have at Ole Miss, at Memphis. That's a tough one.
Those are just those back-to-back, Tommy, right there.
Well, how about LSU and Texas at the end?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
Missouri. I mean, but road games, LSU and Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying October's got to
Giddy
be
up.
October into November 1 has to be good for Arkansas. You really need to win 3 of those at home against A&M, Auburn, and Mississippi State.
Couple
Got to win at least 2 of those 3.
Yeah, you were asking me during the break. Former Missouri head coach and Arkansas defensive coordinator Barry Odom moved on from UNLV to Purdue this week. Other coaching moves include Rich Rodriguez going back to Morgantown, West Virginia. You've got Bill Belichick, Chapel Bill, landing in Chapel Hill like $10 million, 20+ in NIL. And then the most recent one, Dan Mullen, is going to coach at UNLV. Former Mississippi State and Florida head coach, has been at ESPN the last few years.
All right, that's your SEC update brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. If you're feeling stressed out and ready for a break, unwind with the De-Stress for Less hot tub sale at Burton Pools and Spas. Melt away your stress in the world's best-selling hot tubs designed to rejuvenate your body and your mind, and you can save $7,000 right now at Burton Pools and Spas. Free local delivery, installation, and water testing. It all comes with it at Burton Pools and Spas. They're in Fort Smith, Greenland, and in Springdale, and always online at burtonpools.com.
JT texting in, who did Arkansas tick off in the SEC office? Arkansas did this to themselves. You can't blame the SEC
this
at
is just
all.
a reversal of this year's schedule.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're just
You
the teams you played at home.
You schedule
flip-flop.
Memphis on the road. You schedule Notre Dame at home. And I know people are excited about that Notre Dame game next year, particularly Zach Arns, who's going to be decked out in Notre Dame gear, and there's plenty of Arkansas fans that will attend, but it has nothing to do with the SEC. And I'm quick to blame the SEC in a lot of things, but this is on Arkansas.
Do they know the conference schedule when they're scheduling these non-conference games, or is it kind of like the non-conference games are done well in advance, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously the conference knows about them because they can't put games on
You're
there.
asking when they scheduled Notre Dame, Memphis, and Arkansas State, did they know who they were going to play in conference? The
No.
answer to that is no.
Right.
But you've known for a couple years now the setup for non-conference
And when you
games.
schedule those games, you were likely still under the thought of divisions. Maybe you knew that there wouldn't be, but you had a good idea who you were going to play back in the day of divisions. So,
Mhm.
listen, there's no easy SEC schedule.
No.
There's some that are harder than others.
If we
but
were
there's no
good,
easy SEC schedule.
if like we were good, I don't think we would really be as upset. You know, I mean, that's probably
And
obvious.
then, okay, I'm glad you brought that up because there's been a lot of complaints, and I don't say this begrudgingly by any stretch of the imagination because I've been frustrated by it too. You don't seem to be in the top pecking order for football on money. I don't hear the same argument for basketball, which you are leading right now. Now, that's going to be the first thing mentioned if they get dropped in the first round of the NCAA tournament in March. And this supposed #1 NIL fund for Arkansas basketball didn't pan out in terms of wins. But, Tommy, if we wind up in San Antonio, Texas next year in the Alamo Bowl in the Final Four, you're not going to hear a peep about NIL from a single person because you're using it for your own success at Arkansas with the basketball program. Right?
Well, I mean, winning cures everything, right? Winning, if you could get to 9 or 10 wins somehow, your NIL problems, I believe, would disappear. But it's chicken or egg. Can you get to 9 or 10 without the money?
Well, what happened is
it's the enthusiasm surrounding the program. And there's not a ton of enthusiasm surrounding your football program.
I think if Hunter Yurchek could go back, if he could wave a magic wand and go back, they would promote at the time one Arkansas NIL a lot more than they did post 2021 or even during those wins. Because you got marquee wins that year. You had the best season of the Sam Pittman era. I think that's when you peaked, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope things change, but I don't think I am. And now you're in a situation where your football program seems to be behind in a variety of things relative to your counterparts in this league.
Brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. The college football playoff is here, and the hunt for the NFL playoffs is already heated up and getting down to the last week or two. Download the Oaklawn Sports app in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And sign up today. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets, and it's easy to fund and withdraw dollars from your account. Debit and credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, ACH and on-site cash all work. Basketball season's here with the NBA and NCAA outright winners, spreads, totals, and more. And don't forget about wagering on hockey, golf, and UFC. You'll find all of it at Oaklawn Sports. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
We're going to take a quick call before we go to break. Cecil's called in. Tommy Cecil made I don't know if I'm saying this right, a poster board for me yesterday as like a birthday
for your
present.
birthday.
Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that, Cecil.
Did you accurately depict that big head that we have to squeeze into this room every morning?
No, it wasn't a fat head. It was a coroplast picture. It's coroplast, not poster board.
Yeah, he's got a plastic head, that's for sure.
You can put him outside and it'll last for a long time, but it turned out really nice though.
What's on your mind this morning, buddy?
Well, this morning I was, I'm always listening in, so I was getting a slow start this morning. I heard a gentleman say something about, hey, if we just get 4 cupcakes and then we can try to. Boy, I'm looking at this schedule right here. This is not an easy schedule right here at all. But I mean, and then this is the thing about a cupcake team. So Alabama A&M, that's considered a cupcake to the SEC. A-State basically is a cupcake to the SEC, and Memphis too. But if you lose to them, then you lose your job, especially the way it's going right now.
I don't think you'll win both of those games. I hate to be honest on December the 12th, but I mean, going to the Liberty Bowl and playing a game that A-State has waited their entire life for, I think you'll split those games, which does not bode well for the rest of the season at all, Cecil.
Right. A-State got a pretty good basketball program, though.
Mm-hmm. Beat Memphis the other night.
Yeah, they did. By 15, man. I watched the highlights on that, man. I'm like, wow. And the guy from Arkansas, he's transferred to A-State.
Yeah, Joseph Pinion. He had 4 or 5 threes in that game. I think 22 points.
Right. Yeah, well, anyway, that's about all I wanted to say, man. I got to put my thinking cap on and get it going. Y'all have a blessed day.
See you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I think Arkansas fans share the same sentiment that Cecil does when they looked at that schedule. You kind of alluded to it earlier. You start counting, and you're like 5-7, 6-6, and
7-5 on the high end.
I hate to be doom and gloom. I don't want to be at.
But it's really dumb for us to say that when you don't even know who's going to be on the team.
Is it dumb?
Or the other teams?
Yeah,
you're basically voting with which program do you have more confidence in?
Yeah, brand.
You're voting on brand.
And that's fair. I hope I'm wrong about next year.
Did Arkansas State win the Sun Belt, or did they? I know they were in contention.
I couldn't tell you what Butch Jones has done lately. I could not tell you at all. I just know that that team is going to be coming for blood in Little Rock, Arkansas next year on September the 6th. That will be. We've talked about Little Rock not having any atmosphere these last few years. That game will have some pop next year.
Hey, a quick word for Gaston's White River Resort. The holidays are a great time to visit Gaston's. They've got it all decorated for the Christmas season. Be sure and also ask about their New Year's Eve specials and their New Year's Eve festivities and activities they got going on. Always great food and music that's happening right now. Also, winter rates are in effect, so you can save big over the next few months when you reserve your stay at Gaston's right now. Also, be sure and book your guided fishing trip on the White River as well. I love the holidays at Gaston's. They'll bring all the firewood you want right to the door of your cabin, and you can just kick back, relax, watch some college football, and enjoy the view of the White River when you're not fishing on the White River. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
I guess there's pros and cons to procreating.
Most of the pros are over at the very beginning of the process.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidde. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators.
Like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidde and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
Hey, Craft Inc., I want to hang out with you and learn.
There you go. Our seminars are held weekly on Wednesday nights at the Golden Corral.
This is the Morning Rush.
Are you Christmas shopping for the hunter, the fisherman, the working man, the marksman, the archer? Then get down to Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith. Check out all the toys for all the boys, no matter what their age. Jelco Outdoors is your locally owned store for work and the great outdoors. Jelco gift cards are always a perfect fit. This Christmas, shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith. Merry Christmas from Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
Man, that early slate of games, a lot of good games. Phil, congrats to Pittsburgh.
3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Looking for a healthcare provider that truly listens to you? At Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, their team of nurse practitioners offer personalized healthcare with their in-house labs. Get fast results. Elite Wellness goes beyond just treating symptoms. Their holistic approach addresses the root causes of your well-being. Whether it's preventative care, illness, or exploring natural treatments, your health journey begins with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. Call 479-242-9355 for your appointment or visit FortSmithElite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Brad, Tyson, and their entire team are so thankful this time of year during the holidays. We appreciate all of our customers that enjoy the beverage bar at Boonville, the hot food at Phoenix, and the deli at Jam Mart number 10. We know you're loving the updated pumps at our gas stations, and we're continuing to strive to find new creative ways to improve every single day. If you love Jam Mart, please leave us a 5-star review on Google. Happy holidays from your friends at Jam Mart.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Morning, Tommy, and I had a complete drain loss.
Quindon in an I formation, dots the I behind Maddox Lassiter. Green is under center on first down. They give it to Jaquindon coming right. Touchdown, Arkansas.
You can now download our new app in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Listen anytime and anywhere on your favorite mobile device. Just search Hit That Line now.
Hear that highlight of Jaquindon Jackson. He's invited and accepted the invitation to the East-West Shrine game. So I'm curious to see. I don't know. I looked on his Twitter. I looked on his Instagram. I haven't seen an official announcement yet, but hopefully he comes back for another year. But don't know if we can expect that. Sam Pittman's going to be with the media later on at 1:30 today, Tommy. It's talking about Liberty Bowl and National Signing Day, but I'm going to guess a good chunk of that discussion is going to be around the transfer portal and the guys that, unfortunately, he's lost thus far.
I guess this is, the second time we've heard from him since his hip surgery?
Mm-hmm.
He was at the Liberty Bowl press conference and then this one. So haven't heard a lot from him. Be interested to see how his physical process or progress is going. This had been an easy couple of weeks for Coach, professionally or personally, for Sam Pittman. Looking forward to hearing from him. Hey, the Hickey & Hull Law Partners are growing their firm by opening offices in Mena, in Central Arkansas the last few years. They're in Fort Smith or in Northwest Arkansas as well. They have over 7 decades of combined experience with their team, whether it's a divorce or a custody case or a criminal matter or civil matter, they can help you. 479-434-2414 today, or go to kevinhickeylaw.com.
Matt just came in here and gave me some cool Pro V1 golf balls. So now I've got 51 golf balls in less than 2 hours. How quickly will I lose these golf balls? I know Matt was wise. He said,
Matt
don't
should
lose
not
these.
have given you, like real bullets.
These are,
You need one like Barney. You need to put it in your pocket.
Now you need some at the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Those 3 you're holding in your hand are equivalent to about 20 that are in that other bucket.
It was funny. I get this text from my parents like, "What do you want for Christmas and your birthday?" And it was all golf related stuff. So you guys, it's almost like you guys read my mind when it came to Christmas and birthday.
We got to
stuff.
start working on your game a little bit.
Yeah, I need some improvement. A lot of things in my life need improvement, and I continue to just skate by and just do whatever in that case.
So you expect to get better at golf with no practice, effort,
just playing,
just show up and play, and somehow we're going to get better. That's your plan?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Just honest and open about that.
Report back and let me know how that works for you.
So I mentioned Sam Pittman talking with the media later on today at 1:30. Addison Nichols, Brad Spence, the latest starters, unfortunately hit in the transfer portal. The main question is, Coach, is it just, and it's a case-by-case basis, but is it predominantly just come down to money? And I'd be curious his response if he's willing to be like, yeah, pretty much. And again, it's a case. Some players, it's not.
Well, what's he going to say? No, our culture's bad. Our program, no one's getting along. It's just a bad vibe.
Well, no,
everyone.
The reason I asked that question is because I think a lot of fans want to know is like, hey, what is the reason that
you remember when he said?
I think money's probably number one on the list, but is it reasonable to? Money can't be the only thing, right, guys?
No.
Money's not the only reason guys are leaving the program.
Common
sense.
I stay here because of the program. Money has nothing to do with me staying here each and every day. It's because of the program and the foundation that's been built here over 2 decades.
There's some truth to that, though, right? I've been here 21 years now. Some of it's because you like the aspect of who you work with. You like the aspect of what you work for. Money's always a part of it. I don't care where you're at, but is money the only thing? Everyone that's any good at what they do has a chance to leave for more money, but you don't always do that. Well, why not? Because there's things that, unless the money's so stupid as far as how much larger it is, there's bigger things than just the money.
Yeah, who knows if
those things off? I don't know. We're not inside those 4 walls, but the sheer volume of players and just the rumblings you hear from player parents and other people you talk to leads you to believe that not everything is, kumbaya hunky-dory.
A message from You Can't Handle the Truth on YouTube says that one of you sports radio talking heads needs to grow a you-know-what and ask those questions to Sam Pittman. I don't think that's an unfair question at all. Is it?
Ask it again.
Coach, I know that sometimes it's a case-by-case basis thing, but would you say collectively the majority of people or majority of your players that have entered the transfer portal, the main reason being money, is money?
And you'll be there at what time to ask that question today?
It's a 1:30 press conference.
You got plenty of time.
To prep myself?
You just prepped? You asked the question twice. One more. What? You want to write it down? Big C, roll the tape back. Colton, transcribe that question for him.
I'll somehow, some way mess it up. Sometimes I do better when I don't have a script in front of me and I just can kind of, roll with the punches, per se, as best I can.
Yeah, that never fails you, does it? Never.
Hey, we're brought to you this morning by our friends at Andy's Frozen Custard. Tommy, there's Andy's in the freezer right now. I don't know whose it is, but I want to take it. I've been kind
it's
for
not
about
like
2 weeks.
The team. It's just in.
Well, someone they brought us Andy's a couple weeks ago, and someone failed to eat theirs. So I'm going to take it. They've got locations in Fort Smith, Conway,
birthday? I think that's
Maybe
okay.
mine. I don't know.
and in North Little Rock as well. If you want to stop,
Wait. Big C, you're saying there was ice cream brought in for the bill and you didn't eat it then?
I just forgot.
I'm
Is
calling,
it yours?
No, I ate it all.
I'm calling bull butter.
I ate all mine.
I was going to say I ate my cookie dough.
I think I ate it in
caramel.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you. I'm not gonna say you left yours for another day.
Well, if you want to stop by and get some of that delectable frozen custard we're talking about, do so at Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, the 2 locations in Conway and JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custard, walk up or in the drive-thru, ready to serve you. All right, so coming up, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, halftime again. Thanks to Matt, thanks to Tommy, and Big C got me something this week as well. So it was a good 30th birthday yesterday. I was boring. I did laundry. I watched Landman, and I had.
I called you last night. I was very disappointed to hear
I was
you were
literally
at home.
About to get in bed.
Like 7. I'm leaving XNA last night. You're at home. That just really disappointed me.
Pretty much, yeah. Again, I'm growing older.
Yeah.
I'm working with people that are twice my age in most cases, so your oldness is passed on to me, I guess.
Hey, holiday season's here. LearnNet.com is the place to go to find the perfect stocking stuffers for everyone on your list that loves to fish. You can get the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr., the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue, the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. You can put all those in a stocking stuffer for somebody. That's all at LearNet.com, Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, or Academy, or your local favorite tackle stores everywhere.
Phil Elson, Matt Jones, halftime coming up next. Have a great Thursday, everybody. We're back tomorrow, 9 a.m.
This is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert. And we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it.
Say what? Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom. Here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479 Stadium. That's 479-78.